Morning musings, afternoon musings, more like afternoon musings from the tiny little studio on this tiny little Greek island. And today I am coming to you from a place of, I guess I would kind of call it a burnout. And just in that place of figuring out what I need to let go of in order to keep moving forward and staying focused on what's going on in my world right now. So it is afternoon, not morning musings, afternoon musings. And I got home today at probably around 1 o'clock and back to the island. And even just the sense of coming onto the island felt tight. Wasn't my usual joyful feeling of coming back to the island. It was more like it was stressful. And I don't usually have that. So I think what's going on is I've bitten off more than I can successfully chew and need to readjust and realign and kind of put it all together. So I've got two things going on in my mind. One is the which I learned from my friend who is suffering with long COVID, this thing called post-exertional malaise, where it's chronic fatigue syndrome from COVID, right, from this long COVID. And she may have days where she has more energy than, so she's able to get out of bed and able to do a few things. And I mean a few things. And then if she goes with the family out to, I don't know, another family member's birthday party or something, something that they are obligated to go to, and she's well enough to do that, she goes. But the exertion of that a day or two later just hits her, and she's just down and cannot essentially get out of bed until that passes. And so I kind of have that same thing in a much, much, much milder way. I mean, a much more, I can't, it's not even comparable, but, but I notice it. And I do kind of have a day or two when I go on an excursion somewhere, and especially if that excursion was tiring, stressful, somewhat difficult, right? And then coming back, it's like, and I need a day to pull myself together. So I'm thinking about that maybe what I'm feeling, this sense of burnout, has to do with this past week, which was kind of one of my more difficult weeks this year. So that's understandable. Another part that I'm thinking about, kind of depending how I react again tomorrow, how I feel, and where I'm at, how centered I can bring myself, if I can bring myself to that centered place. The other thing that I'm looking at is perhaps I am biting off more than I can chew. And it's not just this channel that I'm doing and this lemon challenge, which for the past 3 days I have not been present because I've been out and about and doing whatever it is that I have to do. A challenge is a challenge, and boy, am I being challenged to be here and to paint my lemons, even just sketching them. And so I'm working through that, and the possibility of saying, okay, you know, I'm a perfectionist. You all know that, right? So I really want it to be perfect. I want to be here 30 days, every single day, same time, same place, painting different lemons, using different mediums, trying out these new things. And to do that, you really kind of need to have calm and space. And that really hasn't been very present in my daily life, right? Things are happening, and we need to deal with them. And so I'm not sure if I'm having one of those post-exertional malaise things, like my very best friend suffers when she goes out on an excursion somewhere, or if I really am doing too much, and doing too much, meaning I have too many things on my plate. I'm doing too much, just too much. So I ran across. Did you guys see that movie? My Name is Otto, with the new Tom Hanks. I don't know if it's new, but I just saw it, and it's this man, right, who is, you get to see what life was like before the internet, and how I, I really connected with it because this man is going through his own things, right? I'm not going to do any spoiler alerts or anything, but he's going through some difficulties, and much of his focus on life is before internet, the cell phone thing, and the how life was, and the things that were important to do for a full and beautiful life. And today, there is so much pulling away from your actual physical daily life because we're on our phones, scrolling, right? Doing the TikTok thing, doing Instagram, doing Facebook, doing, trying to keep it all together, and doing so much. Plus you have a website, plus you have your email newsletter, plus you're doing YouTube videos. How do you do it all and keep it all sane? And I know myself well enough that I don't do a very good job in all of those areas. My main focus is here. This is the part that I like. The YouTube videos, these morning musings, even if they are in the afternoon. These morning musings, being just who I am, and talking to you about the artistic lifestyle, what's happening in the studio, the things that I'm learning, maybe hopefully getting myself to progress to a higher level of artistry of the, and that's part of this 30-day lemon challenge, is to, for all of us to just spread beyond, just leap beyond what we normally do and shake things up. Because when you shake things up and you get flustered, and you don't really know how to use certain colors effectively in your painting, or you don't know how to put together a painting using just one large flat brush, or what about switching up the using contrasting colors as opposed to what you actually see that you're painting. There's so many different ways to go about the painting. What if I loosen up a little bit and paint, not quite so, trying to get it so realistic looking, right? So tight. Let it go, let go, let go, and loosen up. And all of those things are so important, and that's what I love to do. This is where I love to be. And the lessons that I learn in my painting, and how I go about my painting, what I learn through painting, the mistakes that I make through my painting, are all somehow related to me, to who I am in this painting of Vita Evenson, right? And And that's what I love to do. So my question, and it was kind of reinforced with the this movie with Tom Hanks was, really, what is what is the minimum, right? Where am I going to put my focus? And all the other things that are kind of distracting to me, or just really not important, or things that I don't actually really like very much. How do I let them go and just push them aside? Like, are they really necessary for what I am doing here in this YouTube world? And that, one big question is the question of social media. And do I want to continue with the social media? And there is a big part of me that does not, that I just want to let it go. And I don't find, and I have never found since I started using social media, any real redeeming qualities. And I'm not sure that I want to continue, because I grew up without social media. I grew up and lived my life, for the most part, without having to scroll. And I don't really see the purpose of it. And yes, there are positive, good things that are found in social media. I'm not saying there aren't. And it can be funny as heck. And there are wonderful things. But on a daily, basic, continual, routine, habitual platform, right, of me being on social media, what am I really getting out of it? And my answers are minimal. I'm not really getting anything out of it. I get something out of this. YouTube is not really social media. It is, I see it as a library, and I grew up going to libraries. I grew up being, understanding how to go and search for something that interested me. Not what someone coming in on social media saying this, right? Giving me some piece of information. And then if I like it, and I like a lot of it, I need to go and search it out. Do I really need to go and search it out? I guess that's my question. My very first video here was the question about these snails climbing up the walls, right? And just like latching on, and there they were, and they just stay there for months, or I don't know. I don't know why snails go up the walls, and I don't want to know why. The question was, I can get on Google and I can Google it and I will get an answer immediately. But what about that state of wonder? What about that place? We have lost that place of slowing down, of thinking about something. What do I think? And here's the most important thing. Does it matter if the reasons why I think snails climb up the wall, is that really vital to my existence, to know exactly the right answer? Which is more important? Googling it and getting an answer immediately, or sitting with it and wondering and playing around and letting your imagination grow, and searching for the different possibilities of why snails climb up the wall. And I think, since it is something that is not vitally important to me personally in my life, I don't really need to know why snails climb up the wall. I see that they do. They do it every year. And, you know, there they are. And I don't really need to have an answer for it. I don't need the information to put it in my brain and let it be there. It's not important. What's important to me is what's going on here with my paints, with my brushwork, with how I mix colors, with why I paint the way that I paint, and where my blocks are, and how can I break through them. Those are the things that matter to me. My family matters to me. Those are the things that are the anchors of my daily life. So I am seriously coming to this place of I may just stop the social media and just focus here so that I can be here more. I have more time for this YouTube channel, and I am able to also have some time for myself, for Vida, when she's not in the studio, when she wants to cook a meal, when she wants to read an actual real book rather than listening to the audiobooks. And I love audiobooks, but I also love to actually sit down and read a book and hear the pages turn, not on a Kindle. I don't want that. I want to hear the pages and feel them between my fingers and move the book around and resettle into the chair or on the couch and experience the entire realm of what it is to sit down and read a few pages of your book. Those are the important things in my world. So what about social media? Is it really necessary? I feel like I have so much information in here, just like boom, boom, boom. I also know that I am addicted. I am highly addicted to the whole social media dopamine hits. I don't want to live my life in a dopamine boom, boom, boom. I don't want that. It takes away from my studio. It takes away from my creativity. It takes away from the energy that I have in my life. And you know what? If it means that my YouTube channel is not going to grow as fast, or it's not going to become as this, that, or the other thing, okay, then that is what it means. But I think that people who come across my channel, who connect with what I'm saying, that they don't really care if I'm on TikTok and uploading daily, right? I really don't think so, because the people that seem to be connected with me are those that are similar to me in the things that we like. Yeah, Linda, hi, darling. Too many irons in the fire. Let some go. I love that. Too many irons in the fire. Yeah, exactly. So I think I'm going to I'm going to do that, because I need to come into my studio feeling excited, having the space to create, to paint, to explore, to be with you, to share who I am with you. And that's really all I can do. And whoever likes that and connects with that will chime in here and be with me through those through those various videos that I do, these morning, afternoon musings, and we will communicate and create friendships, even though this is an online virtual kind of community. I really know that the people that I am meeting, Linda, like you, uh, are um, are people that I want to know and have in my life, and that may sound whatever, but you just kind of know. you just you just know. Like when we finish building we have an extra house that we're building, and we will be putting the island again onto vacation rental in the summers. And this is a perfect place for my retreats, for painting, and then perhaps some of you will come and we can be together and have our coffee together, and I can show you what I do on a one-on-one basis, and not through this virtual world. And thank God for this virtual world, really, especially for someone like me on this tiny little Greek island, where I have no other way of connecting to the outer world, to you. So yeah, I have already taken off the social media. Uh, what are they called? Little things on my iPhone. I've taken them off, and if I can manage to muster up the if I can manage to actually do it and actually let them go. It's kind of hard to do because social media is an ego trap. And of course I have an ego. Of course I do. And my ego is saying, well, what about all those people who want to know what's going on in your world, right? And I know there are a few of them who follow me, who do. And so the ego part coming in as, how can I let these people down? And the fact is, I don't actually know if I'd be letting anybody down. I'm easy enough to find. If I'm not on social media, if I'm not on Instagram somewhere, you can find me here. You can find me on my website. You can find me in the newsletter. I'm here. I'm around. So I don't know. I'm really curious what you guys think about that. If you have ever come to a place of saying, I don't want to scroll anymore. It seems like a waste of time. It seems maybe not a waste of time if you can do it, if you can control it. But I think most people cannot control it. And I don't want to go about my life. Brazen. Hi, my love. Yes, you did. If you found me, right? Oh, this is so much fun. Well, look, if I know I've got you guys with me, if you're all here with me, it just it just makes me feel stronger. It really does. Makes me feel stronger. And seriously, it feels difficult, like that moment when you're actually going to like delete the app from your phone and just like get rid of all the notifications. And if I'm really, really strong, I'll just go in and delete my account. I mean, can you do that? Oh my. So I'm kind of blabbing today because that's where I'm at, That's where I'm at. You know what's funny, Brazen Hearted? I had a TikTok, a different TikTok called The Laughing Beads, right? Because I did this thing where I would just come on and laugh, do that fake laugh until you actually do crack up. And I thought, well, I'll just do it, right? And I did it for like a month and a half or something. And honestly, if you just sit and go ha ha ha, I mean, you the physical movement of your mouth going into a smile and the sound of a fake laugh will trigger all of the things in your brain, the chemical reactions in your brain, so that your brain is like, oh, she feels good, let's laugh, right? She's laughing, oh, more of that. And you just start laughing. And it really works. It really, really works. And it's incredible the things that happen during that month and a half. So I deleted it. Like I thought I went in and deleted it. Like I deleted it and they're like, in 30 days, it'll be gone. And I didn't do anything. I just let it go. And a year later, I went back in and there I was. It was still there. Like it wasn't deleted. It was there. I had to redo it somehow. I can't remember exactly what I did, but it didn't actually disappear. That was kind of scary. So I don't know. I don't know. Oof. And I've got, I'm gonna do today. I mean, we do have this lemon challenge, and I am gonna paint a lemon. And I think I'm gonna do it in gouache again. And maybe I'll do complementary colors. I'm going to do something easy. So, yeah, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do, but I will be back to do that. And I'm not sure about the time. I don't even know what time it is now. Um, if I can be there at 6, if I'm not there, it'll be between 6 and 7 then, if I'm not there at 6. And I know that's not good for you guys. But I got back today and things are still flustered. So I'm just going to come on when I can come on. I'm not going to get myself on a guilt trip for not being at exactly 6 o'clock. I might be. I might be. So do not use Facebook much. I use Instagram even less, and I try not to watch many YouTube shorts. Yeah, the shorts are plenty, and I don't really do the shorts very much. I mean, there's plenty of it. I don't want to do that. Uh, and I got a real interesting thing because somebody had said in a Facebook group, right? Well, can you make me anonymous? I don't want people to know I'm here, right? And it wasn't possible, right? From what I understand, it's not possible to do. So I thought about that. That bothered me that you couldn't really be on Facebook without everybody knowing. No. Yeah, do not punish yourself for having a life. It's that perfectionism thing. Like if I don't do it exactly the way I said I was going to do it, then there's something wrong, and then I do go on a spiral. And I've worked with that for my entire life, so I don't really do it, right? It's not like I get tied up with it and I lose myself in it. Very, very few times do I actually get really caught up in it. Um, Not anymore because, well, I'm 60 and I've learned a few things. So I recognize all the things happening, and I can say, yeah, it's okay, it's okay. So I get here when I get here. If I do, if I've got 3 days off and I'm not doing the lemon challenge, it is a challenge. So maybe I do 27 days and not 30. That's okay. It's okay. I don't expect any of you out there to be doing a lemon every single day. It's a challenge. So, life comes in, things happen. There's really not a lot we can do about that. The thing that we can do is putting it into perspective, putting it into balance, getting yourself centered, again as these things are happening, and that's my big thing, and that is how creativity, painting, any kind of creativity, has really, really helped me come back to myself, to be centered, to be okay with all the stuff that can go on in our lives. And in my life, in particular, specifically, because that's really all I can talk about, um, when I am in that creative balanced state and I understand how creativity moves through me. And again, let me clarify that creativity is not just painting. It's everything that we do. It's everything from making your coffee to drinking your coffee to, cleaning up the bathroom to building a bridge to, I don't know, bungee jumping or something. All of it is a creative process, and it goes down the same creative pathway right through us until we put it out into the world. So that is why painting has been so important to me, and why this YouTube channel has been so important to me, and is the place that I want to focus myself. And so I'm going to get rid of all the other stuff and see what happens, right? See what happens. Thank you, Linda. Thank you so much, Linda. By the way, painting is on its way. Really excited. Let me know when you get it, okay? So you guys, with that, be inspired, be creative, be you, and I will be here tomorrow. Have a great day, everyone.